Hi everyone, my name is Rocco Michike and I'm back to create open, honest conversation. In my last episode, I said I wanted to talk about another influential leader. This person was never in a traditional leadership position, but she was a leader nonetheless. The person I'm referring to is my Nonna Rosa. And for those of you who don't know Italian, Nonna is grandmother. I've thought to myself many times, what can I say to describe the impact my Nonna Rosa had on my life? I've struggled to find the appropriate words. I contemplated talking about the complete opposite impact. As we know, many children that are neglected or abused suffer greatly as adults. But as fate would have it, my wife Susan would introduce me to another book. A children's book, of course. Martin Luther King Jr., Young Man with a Dream. It only took me one chapter to realize that Martin Luther King Jr. and I had similar influences. He got his passion to help others from his grandfather, Reverend Adam Daniel Williams. Reverend Williams was the actual founder of the church that Martin Luther King Jr. would eventually preach in. Here is an excerpt from the book. The new citizens were looking for better opportunities for their children. They sought someone who would help them make more out of their lives so they could do more for their children. All in all, they hoped for a better tomorrow. They believed in his plea for unity among themselves. Those sentences alone say a lot about how influential one person can be. There was one difference between Martin Luther King Jr. and me. His grandfather passed away when he was only 2. I knew my Nonna Rosa for 30 years. While she didn't touch as many people as Reverend Williams, she still gave me the passion I have today to help others. She also helped me to understand the importance and power of perspective. The only way you can gain perspective is to think of others first. Thank you, Nonna Rosa, for everything you've done for me. I'm a better person because of you. I believe that being a leader is a privilege, not a right. You have a special responsibility to the people you lead. You should always tell and seek the truth. When faced with a decision, you should always choose to put your people's needs first. Do you take the time to think and truly understand right from wrong? There's been a lot of finger pointing going on lately. But I believe in order for our problems to be solved, we need to stop blaming others. This isn't just about government or corporate America. We need to seek the truth about our courts. The truth is, our courts have become big business. Don't fool yourself. I've seen numerous lawsuits in my life, friends and families' lives being thrown into chaos. Those individuals are not there to help you. Understand this truth. They have a business to support. But in order to truly understand the truth, we have to stop blaming others. Don't blame them. It's because of our anger that they have the opportunity to take advantage of us. A friend of mine recently told me that a study has been done on EI, emotional intelligence, where it has been revealed that 36% of our thinking is driven from our emotions. 36%. Think about it. While I don't have the facts, it wouldn't surprise me if the emotion of anger was 100% responsible for family matters being in our courts. Until we start understanding and accepting anger and emotional intelligence, we will continue to flood our court systems and make it difficult for them to focus on true criminals. Which leads me to Red Sox Nation. Now this was the part I was originally going to talk about the Yankees, but as fate would have it, another event occurred in my life. I was introduced to The Secret. It's a 90-minute video based on the book written by Rhonda Byrne on the power of attraction. It talks about many of the things I believe, the most important being the act of thinking. How you think and what you think controls your outer self. Ultimately, that outer self attracts what you think. So I have chosen to eliminate the negativity. I want to start attracting the positive. If you want to learn more about the New York Yankees, you'll have to do that on your own. Sorry about that, folks. My sole purpose is to help you think differently. I believe that the secret to happiness is all in your mind. I also believe that if you don't understand your inner self, you will never be able to understand your outer self. Because of that, you will continuously bring to your life what you've been thinking. If you have negative thoughts, you will attract negative energy. Here's where I believe I can help your mind. I've heard on numerous occasions that our courts are all backed up. Family matters should not be dealt with in our courts. If I'm going to be truly open and honest, the family court needs to strengthen before our country can get any better. Anger is destroying the very foundation our families built upon. If you allow the emotion of anger to control your action of thinking, the family core and its foundation will always be weak. As with any foundation, if it is weak, the upper structure will always be unstable. If we strengthen the foundation, the upper structure will become more stable. If we don't care enough to talk to our own family, ultimately, we won't take the time or care enough for our country. You have to be willing to help yourself and your mind before things around you are going to change for the better. If you're willing to learn more about yourself, I'm willing to help teach you. As Reverend Williams said, we have to become more educated for our lives to improve. Change first begins with education. So here's what I want to do to help you. I've stated that my book, The Principles of Leadership, is an educational book for adults. It's meant to help people think with depth and gain perspective. I'm going to challenge myself in that statement. If you're divorced or have a family dispute, I want to help you. I understand the power of anger and how it can tear people apart. Because of the court's interpretation of the law, it destroyed my family. And because of my personal experience, I wrote Chapter 5, A Family Torn Apart. If I can help it, I don't want that to happen to you, your family, or your friends. I believe I have found the answer to harnessing the good part of anger and want to share it with all of you. I'm not interested in prolonging your family matter for my own personal gain. I'm never going to ask you to be quiet and let me do the talking for you. When you allow someone to talk for you, they also do the thinking for you. You should never give that power of your mind to any individual. My goal is simple. Get you talking as quickly as possible. And when I've accomplished that, I'm out of your lives. Think about it. How many family matters take multiple years and cost thousands of dollars never to be resolved? What if I told you I could cut that time in half, save you thousands of dollars, and most importantly, resolve your family issue? If you're courageous enough to reflect upon yourself honestly, I already have a cost savings opportunity for you. Forget about me. Buy my book and help yourself think with depth and gain perspective. If you can't do that on your own, my offer to you still stands. Don't you want some sanity back in your life? And if you have children, it's your responsibility as a parent and their leader to create an environment where talking actually means something. If you want my help, visit my website at www.tpolconsultants.com and contact me. Ultimately, if I can help you, I can begin to help our country. I hope I'm the catalyst behind creating an industry where people help people. We have focused far too much of our energies on technology and numbers and far too little on our minds. I have yet to see a world void of people. Visit my website at www.tpolconsultants.com to learn more about the intervention. If you think about it, this country needs an intervention. I'm specifically talking about you. I'm an honest and direct person and will always be, whether you like it or not. Honestly, sometimes I wonder why I bother. This beautiful country of ours is backwards. We forward millions of emails that have no content like chain emails. We follow athletes and entertainers like they're gods. We complain constantly and enable endlessly. We attract all the negativity around us because that's all that's in our minds. And that's obvious. I'm trying to unite us, and I'm being ignored. Here's your opportunity to make a difference. Think positively. Think differently. Just think. I'm standing up and saying, I want to make a difference. Even during those times I think, why am I doing this? I always choose to stand by your side because I think it's the right thing to do. So I'm asking you to think about the right thing. Stand by my side and get on the bus. All I'm asking you to do is tell your family and friends, someone you know wants to help and make a difference. Think about it. What do you have to lose? Or, better yet, think about what you can gain if you take control of your mind. In the next episode, I'll share a story that will prove the power of your mind. Thank you all, and I'll see you again soon.